So the other day, Sony dropped another trailer for Kraven the Hunter, which I just watched. I didn't even realize that this was the second trailer. Apparently there was another one like a year ago. Didn't watch it because I didn't really care. But here is my question. Why are we making this movie? I know plenty of other people have already said this, but this whole Venom-verse, this whole extended Spider-Verse thing that Sony tried to do has not been received very well by fans, and yet they're still continuing to try to push it and expand it, and I just don't understand why. Just accept that it hasn't really worked out and try something new. I actually thought the first Venom movie was a good movie, and then the second Venom movie wasn't as good, but it was fun. And then of course you've got Morbius and then Madam Web. I haven't seen either of those, but I mean, you can ask anyone who has, and I'm sure they're not gonna sing its praises. And so what's happened to Kraven the Hunter and all the movies in the Sony Venomverse is that no one's excited. No one has any sort of hype for anything they could pump out at this point. Expectations are kind of on the floor, flop after flop. It's just, why are we still doing this? And unfortunately, part of the problem is that this never should have happened in the first place. You could have made Venom 1, 2, 3. You could have made a Venom trilogy. And it wouldn't have been, high up on people's trilogy tier lists. But you could have done it and it would have been successful. But all of these spin-offs for characters that shouldn't have their own movie, it's just a waste. But as far as the actual trailer for Kraven the Hunter that came out the other day, I mean, I'm not really excited. I wasn't before the trailer and I'm still not. And I don't know if there's anything they could really do to change my mind. And the reason that I'm not really particularly excited for this movie is that the last two movies in the live action Sony Spider-Verse thing were flops. Both Madam Web and Morbius flopped. And now we're going into Kraven the Hunter, who I wasn't really wanting to see a movie about. Maybe if they would sell the rights back to Marvel, and then they could use Kraven as a villain for Spider-Man, for Tom Holland, then sure, I would love that. But as far as following Kraven the Hunter, and then having Rhino as the villain, it is what it is. I'll watch it one day. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, because I don't even know if I care that much, but, I'll watch it. But I'm not expecting anything. And I really hope they come out and surprise me and put out a movie that I think is pretty good. I know that they can do that because they have done that. I just don't know if right now, this sort of rut we're in with Morbius and then Madam Web, I don't know if they will do that. And it's really just so weird that the Spider-Verse movies, the animated ones, can be so good, and then the live action Spider-Man stuff from Sony just hasn't been. What are we doing? What's going on? Other than Venom 3, I don't know if we have any live action Spider-Verse movies from Sony that are slated to come out after this. But I think even if Venom 3 and Kraven are both pretty good, we should wrap it up. We should call it quits and just put a nice little bow on this thing. Because the Sony live action Spider-Verse has just not been something great. And I don't foresee it being something great in the future either. I think that this has just been something that has kind of been around in the background or off to the side, and you kind of almost forget it's there until they drop a trailer for something or a movie actually comes out. No one is talking about, oh, I can't wait for this, I can't wait for that. When have you heard anyone say, I can't wait for Kraven? I haven't heard anyone say that. Even Venom 3, which I'm actually kind of looking forward to a little bit, haven't heard any hype behind that. Haven't heard anyone I know say, I can't wait for that. So I think we should just, call it quits. We're kind of just sputtering by. We're not really living, we're just kind of surviving. But those are just my thoughts about the Sony Spider-Verse and about Kraven the Hunter. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, bye.